This is episode 2 of our WoW Classic preparation leveling. We made a level 1 Warlock on this private server, this 1.2 server, and we leveled him all the way up to level 12. And then what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be doing a short stream, probably only about 3 or 4 hours, because I do have to get some sleep tonight. But we're going to do a little bit of the crossroads. We're going to start. Since the last video, I actually did get the Voidwalker. I finished this quest off stream. I probably should have done it on stream, but I thought I was done for the night. And then I just didn't go to bed. I just stayed up a little while longer, and I finished the Voidwalker quest out. So now I have the Voidwalker, and that helps a lot. So I got a lot of comments on the last stream that I actually was not able to answer during the stream because I did not have my chat up. I do tonight. If anybody has any questions, here I'll type in the chat real quick. But before I did not. So here are some of the things that I'm going to address from the last stream that I never got to. I didn't see them. Let me also turn the music down just a little bit. A little bit of air, which is nice. Okay, one of the first things that I was asked during the last stream was actually to go over the Warlock leveling spec. Like, what spec you should be when you're leveling, where you should put your points as you go. I did describe this a little bit during the last stream, but I guess my Warlock was having some noise gating issues. I hope that's not a problem now. If you guys can understand me, just let me know. So let me go over this just again really quick for you guys. In terms of Warlock leveling, there really is one correct way, and then there's a bunch of incorrect ways. At level 60, you have a ton of options as a Warlock as to how you want to play. Warlocks are actually one of the most flexible, I would say, level 60 classes in the game in terms of spec options. You know, you have about 4 or 5 specs that you can reasonably play in a bunch of different activities, and most classes have like 1, maybe 2 cookie cutters that you're pretty much locked into. That's not the case with the Warlocks. But in terms of leveling, there are some very obvious choices that you do have to make, or else you're really doing it wrong. The first one is definitely the Improved Corruption 5 of 5. These are the first 5 points you want to spend all the way up to level 14. There are some people that would argue only getting 2 or even 3 points in Improved Corruption because of the global cooldown. They're saying that you don't need it to be instant cast because of the GCD. There is some truth to that, but you can do this completely while running, which is nice for some of your kiting and for some of your PvP too. So the 5 of 5 Improved Corruption is really important. Even if not from a strictly PvE perspective, there's a lot of utility in having it being completely instant cast. And the next 2 points you want to spend are an Improved Drain Soul. This gives you a 100% chance when you kill somebody with Drain Soul to increase your mana regeneration by 100% for 10 seconds. And your mana regeneration continues for 50% while casting. This is huge for your overall efficiency. It doesn't matter whether you ultimately want to level with Affliction, or Demonology, or Destruction. You need these 2 points. These 5 points in Improved Corruption and these 2 points in Improved Drain Soul. If you're not getting these 7 points, you're hampering yourself significantly. After this, in terms of pure leveling efficiency, you want to go with Demonic Embrace 5 of 5. You want to come down here and get Improved Voidwalker 3 of 3. You need both of these because your Voidwalker is going to be your pet that you're going to have out while leveling 99% of the time. And increasing the benefit of your Torment and Consume Shadows is so important because you really don't want to be ripping thread off your Voidwalker left and right, and you want your Voidwalker to be as tanky as possible. So you definitely want Improved Voidwalker 3 of 3. At this point, you can decide, I want to go down Destruction, I want to finish out Demonology, I want to go down Affliction. But you should really just go down Affliction. Demonology doesn't get particularly efficient until the mid to late 40s when you can get Soul Link and all that fun stuff. So ideally, you're going to do the 2 of 2 life tap here. You're going to do 3 points in Suppression. You're going to get 3 points, in Improved Curse of Agony. You're going to do 2 of 2 Nightfall. This is extremely important. You're going to do 2 of 2 Grim Reach. And then at this point, you can start bombing a couple points into Drain Life, probably 1 there. You want to get Siphon Life, you want to finish out Drain Life, and then you want to get Shadow Mastery. And at this point, you're level 47. And your leveling is smooth sailing at this point. You don't even have to put in another point anywhere. You can leave these last 13 points blank if you want. You can finish out 60 easy. This 38-0 spec right here is just ideal for leveling. Some people want a couple points here, some people want a couple points here, some people want to do Demonology, right? From here on out, you can put into whatever you want. I generally would finish out Demonology, or I would go all the way into Demonology, and that's what I'll show you right now. What you want to do is you want to reset here, completely respec, and you want to do 5 of 5 improved corruption. You want to do 2 of 2 drain soul. You want to do 3 into suppression, and then you want to go all the way down the demonology tree right here. You want 5 and 5 improved demonic brace, 3 of 3 voidwalker, fell intellect, 5 of 5. You want fell domination. You can put points into a couple of these things. Improved health funnel is actually kind of nice, but ultimately I would do fell stamina, over to master summoner, over to holy power, and then you're going to want demonic sacrifice, and then you can finish off stamina here. Then you're going to want master demonologist, and then you're going to want soul link. And this makes you very, very tanky. This makes you just incredibly tanky. In terms of PvP, this soul link siphon life spec is extremely strong. You actually have to take a couple points out of a few of these things to go all the way, but soul link siphon life is an extremely strong overall PvP spec. actually going to change my key values around here in a second. Okay, perfect. I made a soul shard. First thing I want to do is I want to summon a health stone. You're going to be using these a lot. If you're a Warlock and you're not using your health stone pretty much on cooldown, you're leveling very inefficiently. You should be using it for life tap and stuff pretty much all the time. And also I do want to just change that while I have this here. Interface options, action bars, advanced options. There we go, lock action bars. We're going to turn that off real quick. We got to get this over here. And then we don't need a focus sphere yet, but we're going to eventually, once we start PvPing. Okay, let's kill a few more of these plane striders. We do need their beaks for this quest. The nice thing about the Voidwalker as opposed to the Imp is I can pretty much pull myself and the Voidwalker will pull right off of me. We want to be using our wand as much as possible here to stay outside of our MP5 window. There we go. This is another reason why I recommend you get to about level 12 before you go to the Barrens, because even the starter quests for the Barrens are going to have level 12 enemies. Just make it a little bit easier on yourself. If you guys have any more questions, just ask. I think I'm going to get another soul shard here, just so I have one to resummon my Voidwalker in the event that he gets murked. In this Razor Main area, it's real easy for your Voidwalker to get annihilated. There we go. Now I have a shard for Void. 2. 2 beaks. Yeah, the drop rates on these 1.1 mobs are not great. Those raptor heads that I need. You probably saw me pick up that quest. That used to take forever. I'm wondering on this private server how many raptors I'm going to have to kill to get all 12 of those heads. It could be a lot. We don't really know yet what Blizzard is intending to change for this classic, WoW Classic. I think they are going to implement a couple quality of life changes. I just don't know what they'll be and what kind of impact they'll have on the whole overall experience. And one of the big quality of life changes they could conceivably make is improving drop rates, because they were legendarily bad in Classic. And you're going to see some of that here in the Barrens for sure. I don't know if I have a quest for the Lionesses. That was a Shadow Bolt crit, and I still didn't pull off my Voidwalker. It's nice. At this level, Voidwalker is actually pretty decent. Nope. Alright, so we gotta be careful in this area. This is an area that people commonly group up on, and I know when Classic launches, you're gonna just see a sea of people. There's gonna be just hundreds of characters here. There's gonna be 20 characters for every mob that spawns, and there's gonna be a lot of people grouping. Solo, though, this area is a little tough. You have to be a little careful here, because there are a lot of mobs to pull. If you pull 1 or 2, you're okay. If you pull more than that, you're in trouble. And some of the ones, especially further down here, are pretty high level. So you gotta be careful. I'm gonna pull 2 here for sure. I pulled 3, it's even worse. I might fear 1. I'm gonna fear this one. I wonder if he'll aggro another. Hopefully he doesn't. I'm gonna dot up this guy too. I'm gonna start wanding him down. Just to save my Voidwalker's life. There we go. That's something that's pretty unique to Warlocks. If most classes tried to triple pull at level 12 here, they'd probably die. Warlocks and Hunters are perhaps the exception to that rule, because we have a pet that has so much health. Oof. Wonder how long these last. There's no buff like debuff durations here. That disease is nasty though. 40 damage every 10 seconds. Alright, well. What are you gonna do? Can't dispel it all? We had a little bit of rested experience from logging out in Orgrimmar last night, and we're burning through that pretty quickly, as you can see. I actually want this guy real quick. There's another patrol right here. I might grab this guy too. I used my wand to pull him to stay outside of the MP5 window. And that's something you're going to want to be practicing a lot as a Warlock. You're going to want to be spending your mana in bursts. So that's something that's true of all the casters, actually, except maybe Mage, because you can just sit down and drink whenever you want. You have infinite water. But outside of Mage, you really want to be bursting your mana usage. You want to get as much of your mana out as fast as possible, and then you want to auto-attack with a wand or a weapon or whatever. And that's true of, like, an ally shaman. That's true of a priest. So I'm going to burst some damage out here. It brought me to a pretty low mana. I'm going to life tap here. I'm going to life tap again, twice. And now I'm just going to wand this guy. And hopefully by the time this guy is well dead, my health and my mana will both be well on their way to regenerating. This is just a good way to keep up your longevity. Yeah, see? Pretty much full. Ooh, we got a green, which is nice. We can D that. And once again, since this guy's level 11, I'm going to do the Shadow Bolt also, just a little bit extra damage. And then Wand, until he's dead. And then my mana starts regenerating right here, boom. And now it ticks up pretty quick. I'm actually going to go for this guy, and if I pull the guy on the left, it's not the end of the world. I did. I figured that would happen. Now I'm going to dot up that guy on the left real quick. Just burst my mana out. At this point I've generated so much threat on this guy that my Voidwalker's probably not going to be able to pull off. But that's okay. He goes down pretty quickly. This has been a pretty smooth clear of this area so far. We're going to try to pull this guy with his dog. I actually want a Voidwalker pull, even though it's less safe, because this will aggro the dog as well. I didn't want all them. This guy's got to get feared ASAP. And this guy's got to get off my pet. I got to get him on myself. I need to fear this guy again. My Voidwalker might die here. This is a good spot for me to Hellstone. I'm gonna fear him one more time. Oh no. Yeah, this is bad. Because my escape path now has mobs on it. I might die here. I'm gonna pop one of my potions. I might escape, actually. And I did. That's one of the reasons I got the extra soul shard a little bit earlier. It's because I figured at some point my Voidwalker would die here. We had a good run through there, but the respawn's caught up with us. What does this do? Armor reduced. 240. Thanks. It's a lot. classic Baron's chat. I don't really want to triple pull this. So if we're talking a little bit more about Warlock min-maxing, right? Immolate is your least efficient spell in terms of damage per mana. If you add up the damage it does, which is like 59 for 45 mana, that's not great. And if you look at the mana per damage of some of your other spells, they're all higher. So Immolate shouldn't really be a priority for you. But at this level, at level 12, you have so few spells to cast that I put Immolate on almost every mob, it doesn't matter. Mana regenerates pretty quickly. We got a mage and a warrior here. They're gonna start killing some of our mobs, but that's okay. If anything, it might help a little bit. Help clean it out. We need a couple more of these hunters, so I'm gonna grab this guy over here. There's 2 hunters here that I need, but there's a lot of other mobs like patrolling and stuff. It's tough. A lot of pushback here. Takes a little while to get that Immolate off. Okay, we got one. We need this guy too. Just letting my health regenerate. One of the problems is the mob density right here is rather high. And it's easy to pull tons of other stuff here. I would like to get a healthstone real quick. So we're going to drain this guy. It's going to cost quite a bit of mana, but that's okay. Drop another healthstone. We might be able to get the guy from this angle. I'm surprised his wolf didn't pull. It's pretty good, actually. Oh, we got a lesser healing potion, even better. We still need to get the, supplies for the crossroads. There's a supply crate somewhere. She got an answer. These guys are quite a bit stronger than their counterparts. We still need a Thorn Weaver too. I almost want to go back and grab one. I missed the auto loot functionality. They have a whole little group there. Warrior Mage Priest. They have not asked me to join them. That's okay. We're doing alright by ourselves. The corpse here of Arakula. Just want to grab a Thorn Weaver real quick here. Oh, bless me. Bad allergy season for me. This year's been particularly rough. we got that quest done. I think supplies for the crossroads is further down, although I could be wrong. It doesn't say where these supplies are likely to be found. I'm gonna kind of stay next to this group here. So even though I'm not part of this group, I'm gonna hang around this group because the crossroads supplies I think are over here in an area with a bunch of higher level mobs. I'm probably not gonna be able to solo it, at least not cleanly myself. Sort of giant drones, though. It might be in one of these areas actually too. But these mobs are going to get higher level pretty quickly. And I want to be careful. Ooh, there's a rare over here. I'm gonna help these folks. This isn't even our mob, but we're going to kill it anyway. We have a lot of mana to spend and our Voidwalker's almost dead, so we're gonna spend it here real fast. And we're gonna drain him real quick, because we need another shard to summon another Voidwalker. They just peace out completely? Ah, this group doesn't want any part of this area.
What do you want from me?
Interesting. Well, I still need my supplies, so guess we'll do it without them. Oh, they're over here now. Okay, good. There they are. Crossroads supply crates. Okay, we were right. There's a couple of them, actually. Got him. Okay, we did both of those quests now. Port Joey, pretty nice. Supplies for the crossroads. We can finish off Plain Strider Menace fairly easily. We can also go to the Forgotten Pools. Northwest of the crossroads. This is a good tip just for leveling in general, not specific to Warlock, but you always want to kill things while you're traveling. You never just want to be running. That's a hugely inefficient waste of your time. Even if it takes you 3 times as long to run somewhere, killing all the enemies along the way, you still want to do that, because that maximizes, oh boy. We want to gain some distance on that feared monster right there. This is gonna hurt. We might even die here. Oof. Okay, I survived it. Oof. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this might be close. This might be close. Is this fireball gonna hit me? It did. Oh. Brutal. That was just a really bad respawn timing. Right on top of me. Okay. Let's try to get out of here. In one piece. Thank God for these health potions I've been banging on. Now we got another Plain Strider to kill. Go ahead and drain this guy, make ourselves another healthstone. We always want to have that healthstone. What's playing? This is a band called Air. It's kind of an older, more ambient kind of thing. I find it fairly relaxing to level to. I could switch it to alternative rock or something, but these raptors die pretty quick. They do a lot of damage, but they don't have a whole lot of health. Ooh, Torment was on cooldown. You gotta be careful not to pull off your pets. Everybody has the same stat. I wonder what stat that is. I need it, whatever it is. There's no loot on either one of those. Oh man, this raptor quest is gonna suck. We got all our Plain Striders. We can keep our eyes out for some raptors for sure. With the quests we have, we could pretty much turn in level 13 now, but we're gonna go over to the Forgotten Pools, kill any raptors on the way that we see. Not seeing a whole lot of them though. There's one. Level 13. We can handle that. What is the overall leveling path? Yeah, that's a hard question. It's going to depend on a lot of things. In Classic, it's going to depend on where you are in the curve, right? What we talk about all the time. The curve. What is the curve, essentially? The curve is your relationship in terms of level to the majority of the player base, like the average median player, right? So if the majority of the players are in their 20s, all the 20 zones are going to be terrible. So you don't want to be in the 20s when everybody else is in the 20s. You want to stand just ahead of them, right? So if I'm ahead of the curve, there are some zones that'll be okay. Up to and including even Stranglethorn Vale, STV, which is generally a zone you want to avoid, especially on a PvP server. But if you're significantly ahead of the curve, it's not that bad of an experience. When you're ahead of the curve, like significantly, and the average player level is maybe 18 and you're 31, right? STV is a great place to go because the very few people that you're going to encounter there aren't interested in world PvPing with you. They're all ahead of the curve too. And they didn't get ahead of the curve by ganking each other in world PvP. They got ahead of the curve by grinding and by doing all the quests very efficiently. So the people that you tend to meet in these higher level zones, even on a PvP server, if you're significantly ahead of the leveling curve, generally leave you alone. And you leave them alone because your interest is ganking. But at the curve, yeah, absolutely, it's a nightmare. STV is unplayable. These Sickly Gazelle, I think, are part of the Druid Quest, Class Quest, by the way. To get your Cure Poison, or whatever it is. I'm gonna dump 2 Shadow Bolts. I might pull. It's okay. I did. Damn. Voidwalker is champion. It's really important to kill these mobs along the way. I'm not entirely sure where the Forgotten Pool is, but we'll find it. Oh, there's another raptor. That's good. Oh, there's some cool car. We must be getting close. Got a raptor head, nice. 2 of 12. That quest is gonna take forever. This raptor head quest is the stuff of legend. Oh, blue. Our daggers are way far behind. My dagger rating is 34. Not that we use it too terribly often. Do we have a quest to kill the Kolkar yet? Nope, we have one for Harpy Raiders, but we're gonna stay away from that for a while. Is the Forgotten Pools over here? I think so. Yeah, I think this is the Forgotten Pools. Okay, we'll go over here real quick. You have to be careful of these Kolkar. They can be nasty. They have a lot of ranged attacks, they have a lot of good attacks, and they tend to pull numerous at a time. I'd say they're slightly more dangerous than the Razor Main that we fought earlier. It also just feels like they have more health. Give my Voidwalker more armor, right? Why not? Ooh, he resisted Torment. So there's a good chance I'll pull off of him here. The only thing keeping him on my Voidwalker is damage. And there's the Torment. It went out again, so we're good. Always be careful for those Torment resists. This is an easy level 13 here. Got a lot of linen still. Oh, didn't even know he was there, yikes. And resist on corruption, nice. We'll get the Immolate out real quick. Can't wait till corruption is instant cast. Soon. We have about 10 stacks of linen at this point. We'll probably go tailoring. See if we can make some things. We also need to go first aid to work on our first aid. It's the Forgotten Pools. Laden Mushroom. Wonder if there's anything in here. I don't think there is. In terms of enemies. We're killing a lot of quests here with this loop. Behind me. Okay, that's a good question. So the question was, how long does it take to get to level 60? So that's a involved question. It involves a lot of things, right? And it involves ultimately what kind of player you are. So when somebody asks a question like that, how long does it take to get to level 60? My thought is they're asking like from a fairly optimal perspective, right? They don't want an answer that involves, well, you know, I like to do professions and do some battlegrounds and role play with my friends and dick around and explore. There's a presumption there that that's not the kind of question that they're asking. Wow, this guy is trucking my Voidwalker. He probably shouldn't be standing in Hurricane, but it is what it is. I can resummon him. Ooh, I don't have any soul stones. Okay, so now we gotta get an imp out. Well, that that interrupts my answering that question. But yeah, so when you ask a question like how long does it take to get to level 60, I think what you're implying is how long does it take an optimal leveler to get to level 60? And generally I would say levels 1 through 10 take about 3 hours, right? You can take way more than that, and on a super congested server on launch day when it's going to take you 5 hours just to get out of the Valley of Trials, this obviously isn't appropriate. But in an ideal world, level 1 to 10 takes about 3 hours. Levels 10 through 20 generally take about 10 to 14 hours, depending on you, right? So that depends on how efficient of a level you are. Are you grinding, right? Are you questing? Are you trying to do dungeons with your buddies? I would say a reasonable time played at 20 would probably be in the 15 to 18 hour range. The 3 hours to level 10, and then another 10 to 14 hours to get to level 20. So you're looking at maybe 17 hours there. Levels 20 to 30 take a while. A lot longer. About, I'd say 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours per level. Depending on how efficient you are. Once again, you can grind it out a little bit faster than that. But a really good slash blade at level 30 is about 48 hours. Can't type. Or 2 days played. Alright, so that's generally a good benchmark for, am I leveling appropriately? Am I leveling efficiently? How quickly am I going? If you can hit level 30 in about 48 hours, you're doing really good. You're at a good pace. Obviously, there's people that are going to level significantly faster than that, and that's fine, right? There's those Chinese gold farming hunters that are gonna hit level 30 in like 15 hours. I might be dead here. I got to resist, and I accidentally pulled a very powerful mob. And I'm standing in Hurricane. And my pet is dead. I'm dead here. I'm dead here for sure. I need to run. They don't care that I'm explaining stuff. That was a bad pull, though. Use that health stone. I can kill this Coal Car Ranger, though. My imp survived. So what then? You know, what about after? What about after level 30? It gets even uglier then. Frankly, 30 to 40 is my all graveyard. On these private servers, I've only ever had 2 characters past the 30s. Get significantly past 40. Both of them ended up getting to 60. But yeah, the 30 to 40 stretch is my all graveyard. I'd say 30 to 40 takes about 3 hours per level. So you're looking at about 30 hours for that stretch, and then 40 to 60 takes about 4 hours per level. From my experience, right? You can do it way slower than that, but if you're really banging, if you're just trying to get quests that are grouped up together and trying to grind between all those quests, you're looking at about 4 hours a level between 40 and 60. So if you add all that together, 3 plus, let's say 12, well, let's just do the level 30, right? 48 hours level 30 plus 30 hours for level 40 plus 80 hours for the 40 to 60 equals, that's 110, 158, about 160 hours, right? That is blistering. That is blisteringly fast. That's about a 6 days played. Or about 6.5 days played, right? That's a ridiculously fast level 60. If you hit level 60 in 6 days played, you didn't do a whole lot else. You probably didn't stop and do professions. You probably didn't stop to do any kind of instance battlegrounds, or maybe do some world PvP with your buddies. You probably didn't even do a whole lot of dungeon runs, like get together and run all the way to a dungeon and summon your buddies and have a 4-hour wipe fest going through it, right? If you hit 60 in 6.5 days played, you really flew through the content. That's not necessarily bad. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. But I don't know. That's not the point of WoW Classic, in my opinion. Most of the experience is the leveling experience. There's not a whole lot of endgame, frankly, and you want to stop and smell the roses. But I think this is kind of what you're asking. I think this is the intention. There you go, of your question. How long does it take to get to level 60? And that's the answer, really. If you just go balls to the wall, super hardcore, I'm just going to grind and quest as fast as I possibly can, and I'm going to obviate every other activity in the game in sake of just getting levels, you're looking at about, I mean, 160 is really grueling. I'd say 160 to 200 hours played, or about 6 to 7 days. Can I move him? So you can't move pets at this level, I guess. So Zilly Yap is going to get nuked by this Coal Car Stormer, I guess. Oh, I forgot to get a soul shard off of him again. You can see how much more difficult this is with an imp than with a the Voidwalker, by the way. Voidwalker is a much better pet. Also, those Kolkar Stormers are really nasty. They are. They hit real hard. If I could hit level 60 at around 200 hours played, I would be happy with this character. That would be, you know, pretty efficient. That wouldn't be, you know, slavishly leveling, but, well, not this character specifically. This is just a test character. I'm just going over the route, but the character that I make on WoW Classic, if I can hit level 60 at around 200 hours played, I'll be happy with that. But if it ends up being 240 or so, I'm okay with that too. It's not the end of the world, really. Not the end of the world. If that ends up being the case. An interesting statistic for you guys, although I don't know how relevant it is now, but back in Vanilla WoW, the averages for hitting level 60, that were usually done in days played, were different by class. The fastest on average was Rogue at 7 days. And the moderate kind of one was, I believe, Warrior or Mage, and those came in at around, like, 9 days. And then you had things like Shaman, that came in around 11 days. And then you had, like, Paladins at around 13 days. And then you had Druids and Priests at, like, 17 days played. Right, and those were some of the averages that you tend to see at Vanilla WoW, like back in 2004 when we were playing this game. And you can see how markedly different that is per per class. I don't think it'll be that spread out this time. People know a lot more about the game. They know how to quest. They know where the zones are. They know where the quests are, right? I think that's one of the reasons that you can't truly recreate WoW Classic is because we just know too much now. We know everything there is to know about World of Warcraft. And half of the Classic experience was nobody knowing anything about anything, right? We didn't know how anything worked. And now we know how everything works. And that'll definitely color how WoW Classic ends up going. It definitely won't be a faithful recreation of the original because we all know so much more. I think these numbers are all going to be extraordinarily high. I think most players are going to level somewhere in the 8 to 10 day range, probably. The really fast people will do it in like 6, 6.5. The really slow people will do it in like 14. And most people will probably be in the 8, 9, 10 day range for max level. So a lot faster than this, and it's just because we know more now. There was a poll that was done on, I think it was Reddit, where they asked a question, how long do you think it's going to take you to level in terms of like real life time? Like 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks? And there were people that were saying 2 weeks. And I think that's crazy. They're either trolling or they don't know any better, right? Because if you can do 200 hours in 2 weeks, that's 100 hours a week. It's fucking nuts. Like, do you not work? Do you not have a spouse, right? I work 50 hours a week. I have a girlfriend that I live with, and I have other hobbies outside of gaming, so I'm definitely not going to be able to dedicate that much time. If I'm lucky, maybe 20 or 30 hours a week I'll be able to put into the game, and that'll be stretching it. That'll be most of my free time, you know? And if it's going to take 200 hours and I'm doing 20 hours a week, that's 10 weeks. That's 2.5 months it's going to take me to hit level 60. Yeah, some people are going to do it in probably 2 months. Some people are probably doing it about, 7 or 8 weeks. But these people that think that they're going to do it in 2 or 3 are nuts. The only people that are going to be doing it in 4 are the ones that are going to be going crazy. Straight out 40, 50 hour a week grinding. It's nuts. Possible, but insane. I fear for both the mental hygiene and the physical hygiene of people that hit level 60 in 2 weeks. See, this is an easy quest for me because I already have the flight path. And you have 44 minutes to do it. I forgot that this was timed. So that's a pain in the ass if you don't have the flight path. Huh. Let's turn in all these quests. Let's get the follow-up quest. Geomancers, okay, we can definitely do that. Those are the slightly harder mobs that were over there. Remember guys, only train on even levels, just to save yourself trips back to the trainer. There's no real reason to do it on odd levels. I'm at level 13 now, so I won't even go back until level 14. And even then, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot that's particularly good for me. I might just wait till 16. Depends what I'm doing. There's not really a rush. Zebras. For some reason I feel like that quest is going to take me forever. Oh, there's a quest over here too, let's grab that. Oh, and then there's one down there we have to turn in. Alright, good. Well, after we do all this, we'll be about halfway to 14. Pretty efficient. We're making good time.
What are you?
Meets to Orgrimmar, huh? We've been leveling pretty efficiently, although we have stopped to do a couple things, and we're at 6 hours and 53 minutes to level 13. It's not terrible. Could be faster for sure. Could be a whole hell of a lot slower. There's a lot of meets to Orgrimmar quests. I think there was one of them over at Razor Hill too that I never did. I'm not a fan of these delivery quests. What staff is this that everybody seems to have? Is that the staff of Orgrimmar? Staff of Nobles. Bloom wand, ooh, really nice. He's got a couple nice pieces of gear. He's got a couple of green pieces of gear. Stagnant Oasis. Okay, cool. Let's fly to TB real quick. We can also empty our bags. We can disenchant this. That's about it. We don't have anything else to disenchant right now. A lot of just quest items, just pain in the ass. They take up your bag slots, something awful. 13 rook. We're gonna go disenchant this buckler. It might even be worth something, but we need the mats, so we need to make a greater magic wand eventually. Let's fly over to TB. We got 42 minutes left. I'm gonna switch the music real quick, see what we got here. I don't know what you guys really want to listen to. We got stuff that's easy listening, things that are not so easy listening. We could listen to some Toe, actually. It's pretty chill, it's instrumental, right? Yeah, I mean, leveling speed is important, but I don't understand why people would want to rush to endgame. The real magic of classic WoW is the leveling experience. It's meeting people along the way, right? It's those friendships that you make, it's those random encounters that you have. It's that really hard quest that you're having a hard time soloing in freaking Tanaris because there are orange mobs and you're the only one down there, and then some undead mage shows up and you invite him to the group and you two have this epic two-man party that slowly works its way through this crazy pirate enclave, and you kill the final boss and you complete all the quests and you add each other on friends list, and then you have a new friend that you talk to on the daily, right? It's those kind of experiences that make private servers, and particularly classic WoW when it comes out, really special. And if you're just head down, staring at your feet, walking as fast as you can to 60, you're going to miss out on a lot of those experiences. Sometimes the funnest part of the games are inefficient, right? Like, you want to go do a Maradon run with your buddies. You got to go all the way to Deathless, got to walk all the way there, got to summon everybody if you can even do that. You got to go all around the world to find the quests for the damn place, because they're not in one place, obviously. You get all the quests, you share them all together, that's half the battle. You get inside, and it's difficult, right? There's big pulls, there's a lot of mobs, you gotta CC things. The healer has to drink after every fucking pull. And you spend 3 hours going through Maradon with a couple of wipes, and somebody finally gets a really nice piece of rare gear at the end, and it's really fun. And there's nothing about it that's efficient. That is not an efficient use of your time. That's an entire evening, right? That could be 5 or 6 hours that you're going to spend on this entire Maradon endeavor. And you might get 3/4 of a level worth of experience, right? And if you got 3/4 of a level worth of experience in 6 hours, you're not operating efficiently. But you had fun, right? And that's the point. So I would encourage people, really encourage people, not to just rush through it. It's not what it's about. You're missing out if that's the plan. Where is this going? Elder Rise, I think. Apothecary Zama, yeah. The cave beneath the shaman's thunderbolt. Spirit Rise. Ah, so it's this way. Yeah. You don't take too much fall damage in 1.2, which is interesting. Look at that. 10% of your health, you take way more on live realms. I don't know at what point Blizzard decided to grossly increase fall damage, but it's a lot more than that. Hell, this quest is probably not an efficient use of my time, to be honest. Look at me, it's taken me like 7 minutes to turn this quest in, and what is it gonna even reward? 500 experience? But it's cool, it's fun. I get to go all the way to Thunderbluff, I get to go to Spirit Rise. There's some kind of cave I gotta find here that's a little hidden, right? And I think that's gonna be challenging. Is it this way? Yeah, there's something down here, yeah. This is, by the way, where some Battle Masters were, right? If I recall correctly. First aid trainer. I thought there were Battle Masters around here. Maybe it's Hunter Rise or something. One of these rises says Battle Masters. It's a fun place to queue for PvP. Oh yeah, this is it. Oh, there's a quest here too. I wonder what this is.
What do you require?
Silver Pine.
Dark lady, watch over
Well, I don't
you.
think I'm going to go to Silver Pine anytime super soon, but I'll keep that. Unfortunately, that's going to take up a inventory slot for me. Ooh. Rejuvenation potion seems good. I'm going to do that. 800, that's actually not super terrible. Cauldron Stirrer. Oh, I got a staff. Nice. Well, that makes it worth it. I wonder if there's a weapon trainer around here. I'll train staffs. Looks a little stupid, but that's okay. We'll take it. So that's an interesting debate, for Classic Warlock specifically. Staffs versus one-hand and offhand. Right? That's the big question. What should a Warlock use? And generally speaking, one hand is better for a Warlock because of Firestones and Spellstones, right? These are conjurable items that cost a soul stone, sorry, and they call a soul shard. They cost a soul shard, and they have different effects. The Firestone essentially increases your fire damage by a lot, and it's like 80 points or something, and it burns enemies when you stab, like a flame tongue weapon. The Spellstone, it gives you an anti-magic shield effect where you can absorb like 900 to 1200 points of magic damage. Weapon Master. Lower Rise. Oh, he's right over here. Damn. Huh. If he was a snake, he would have bit me. He wasn't that far away. I'd like some weapon training. Stage, 10 silver, expensive, but that's okay. Boom. More health, huh? Alright. Look, Ma, we're doing it. We got a stave skill. Most of your best weapons leveling up are going to be staves, though. We can probably disenchant this pocket knife. Yeah, we can actually fly right to Ratchet because we have a quest to turn in a Ratchet, so let's do that. Let's save ourselves some time. That actually cost us 2 silver. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. And we'll disenchant this compact fighting knife when we get back. Backspace is of the essence. Ah, there's Mazanche, that pink plane strider. There we go. relatively rare. All the hunters want to tame it. Yeah, the hunter pet everybody wants is Humor the Pride Lord over on the Barrens. He's actually just north of Ratchet. He is right here. He spawns. He only spawns like once every 3 days. He's a black lion. He has a 0.9 second attack speed. And that makes him extraordinarily good for disrupting casters because of all the pushback that he causes to their spellcasting. A hunter with Humor the Pride Lord is just the bane of a caster's existence in vanilla WoW. Getting hit every 0.9 seconds, oof, brutal. Your 1.9 second fireball cast turns into like a 4 second fireball cast. So yeah, Humor. Yeah, I'll write it out. Humor the Pride Lord. He's a black lion north of Ratchet. Definitely want to get him. He's one of the best in slot hunter pets for sure. There's a Winter Saber too that a lot of hunters like using in Winter Spring. Very, very popular pet. But yeah, Humor the Pride Lord, you can't go wrong with that. You can use that the whole game. You can be level 60 doing tier 2 content with Humor the Pride Lord, no problem. He's a tenacity pet. He does tons of damage. His attack speed is ridiculous. Yep, absolutely. You can use him all the way up. No problem. The Alliance Hunters often come over too, and it's a bit of a trip for them. They gotta go all the way down through Booty Bay, right? I mean, it's a 2-hour run to get to get over the boat to Ratchet, to go north of Ratchet to camp for this pet. But Alliance Hunters love him too, yeah. There's quite a few people here at the moment. So we need to get more raptor heads for sure. Zebra hooves. We can do the harpies now. The northwest. I think we'll wait to do that. We can do this real quick too. Alright, we got some stuff to do for sure. We can actually come right up here north of Ratchet, go to the crossroads. There's a bunch of raptors up here. There's tons of raptors. And maybe we can get some of the heads we need. I think they're a little higher level, but that's okay. Just better experience, right? We're gonna shoot for level 14 during tonight's stream. Maybe 15, I don't know. Definitely 14. See how late I want to stay up.
Time is money, friend. Keep it real.
Samaflange is one of the coolest quests, I think. I wonder if there's a quest in here. Sometimes there is. Yep, there it is. Gazlo. You end up knowing that name later on.
Welcome to Ratchet. Hope you're looking for work.
I think those are south of here. Yeah. The Samaflange is all the way up here. It's pretty far away. It's one of the nice things about vanilla quests, man. They are all over the place. Oh, there's a bank here. Might as well deposit our linen.
Hey, how you doing?
There we go. Deposit this too. We're gonna have to do something about that linen eventually. Probably first aid. And a gnome rogue.
Yo,
Master Sergeant, level 16.
have a good one. Hey, how you doing? Be good.
That's pretty far north of here too. I'm not sure, yeah, there is one up there. I don't remember this quest though. Captain Brightsun. That might be part of the escort quests that are south of here. Another good question that I don't know the answer to is how many quests can you have in your log at a time? I think it's 25. It's 20. Oh, it's right here. Shit. Yeah, you can easily get that. Easily.
I am honored. Good luck, friend.
Oh boy, yeah. So we're not going to be doing either of those for a while. But ultimately we will do them. we're gonna go up here and we're gonna take a right, and we're gonna see what kind of level these enemies are. If they're too high, we'll just go around. But if they're 13, 14, maybe 15, we'll just plow through them all. A lot of raptors. We need the heads. We'll hit those geomancers and stuff from the south. Then we can hit the Samaflange and all of those quests, and then we can go over to the Harpies. And that's a really easy 14. That's well on its way to 15. Yeah, he's 16. He's a little higher level than I want to mess with. Well, let's kill him. See what happens. Hopefully he doesn't resist all my spells. He resisted the first torment, so... Oh boy. He resisted the second torment, too. We can kill him, but it's gonna be a little closer than I like. I don't know. This might be a bad idea, going up this way. Okay, yeah, okay. Let's do that. And yeah, Humor the Pride Lord spawns over here somewhere. Over here, maybe? I don't know. You think he'd be camped 24/7? I wouldn't be surprised if there's 100 nearby waiting for him. I don't want to get Drain Life. Oh my god, she's 18. Run. We're not killing her. Sorry. Voidwalker. Oh no. Oh no. Alright. Oh, we're in trouble. These guys aggro too? Shit. Well, I saw that 14 raptor and I thought, oh, this is an okay way to go. Narrator. It was not. Whoa. Wonder if they'll get to me by the time I summon this in. She mad. She's still chasing me. Yikes. Alright, let's see if we can kill one of these raptors. Get some soul shards. Resist first corruption, great. Yeah, what do you guys think of Toe? You like them? They're a math rock band from Japan. The drummer is incredible. Yeah, sure. I'll turn them up a bit for a song. geomancers. It's like, yo dog, I heard you like geomancers. So I put a geomancer in your geomancer so you can mance while you mance. Okay, back into it. Bad pulls are gonna happen. For the most part, I seem to survive them. A lot less dying than one would think. I don't know what this guy's doing. I resisted his bullshit. There's another one. These pulls are a little hairy, gotta say. I also really want Drain Life. I like these, like, FaZe Clan MLG 180 no-scope fireballs he sent me with. Very entertaining. 15 undead rogue. Oh, he killed my, Yes, he did. Shit. Yeah, that's not super great. I wonder if this rogue's gonna die to this guy. No, she's hitting him pretty hard. Yeah, she's considerably higher level too, which helps. Where is this here? The disruption ends, is that it? Defender? I gotta go this way. I only have the one soul shard. This is very inefficient here. When we're talking about efficiency, I keep losing my pet here. This is rough. Part of it is just the dynamic respawns. I'm getting some bad luck on some of these. It's a mystic, I don't even know what that is. We don't have to kill mystics, so why waste time on them? We can pull this defender right now. We need to kill 8 of these defenders, there's quite a few. There's a lot of junk in my bags. Let's see if I can get my staff up, maybe. My staff hits pretty hard. Kinda sad. 10.2 damage per second. Not bad. I just wanted to pull this guy back just a little bit. fucking melee warlock over here. Oof. Doesn't like me clicking. Quests, okay. I don't see Chief Snarl Scout over there. Oh, miss. There it is on 15. Ho ho ho. I'm gonna die. For sure. Boom. Wonder how far up I'm gonna have to run up this. And I don't have any soul shards. Oh, are you kidding me? Damn. Yeah, this is a tough spot right here. It's easy to pull. Just tons of mobs. This is cheeky. Not sure if I'm gonna get away with this. And I did. Held an offhand. +2 to healing spells. Probably disenchant that. Let's summon up a Voidwalker now. This is a shitty double pull that I'm not interested in. This is also a shitty double pull that I'm not interested in. I gotta get to patrol eventually. I gotta grab this guy while he comes down. And then I can maybe grab the boss. It's 15. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Please don't heal. There's the heal. Oh. Not enough mana. Oh, we did it. We need one more Geomancer and we're done with that quest. We need a couple more Raptor heads too. There's a Geomancer. Should be able to attack that one easy. He's out in the open. There we go. We could do Zebra and Raptor and turn those in with this. And we would definitely get level 14. There's a couple of Zebra I can see. I don't know how often they drop their hooves though. Oh, that one didn't drop at all. A lot of resists here. These frickin' Zebra. Oh, we got 3 Zebra and a Raptor right here. Let's see. sell for something, actually. It might stack with the other ones. It does. So far, these zebra hooves are proving elusive. Jesus. Jeez. It's a grind, for sure. If we go up here, we can get to, these harpies. We can do this harpy quest. Finding the zebra hooves and raptor heads. Most difficult. We're gonna run out of bag space. Fighting these harpies. This is a slow stretch. And hell, this is even without quest competition. Another Visceral Shard. If we have to. Res our dude. Yeah, we should probably go around this instead of through it. get through here, the harpies should be up in the north here. So I don't need this Brock quest. I don't have the quest in the first place. But I like helping people in private servers in Classic WoW. It's important to build that kind of reputation, and just to help people in general. You never know when you need help, you know? You never know when you're going to be asking someone for help. Probably died there, huh? Anyways. I want to try to solo pull. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Okay, so back up to kill our harpies. But we actually got a quest done right there too for that head, which is just one more quest we got. Holkar leaders. Yep. No, it's an orange one. Even better. Wonder what it rewards. Anything good? Any silver? Alright. We actually have all the raptor heads we need. We need way more zebra hooves, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Let's finish getting these harpy talents, and then we can head back. before Shadows dies. Oh, I'm getting my nuts resisted off here. This is real rough. There we go, I got insta-cast corruption at least. I wonder if he's getting all the talents on purpose or by luck. Ha! I got that one. Alright guys, we have quite a few quests to turn in. We have Raptor Thieves and the Zebra. We have Harpy Raiders, Disruption Ends, and Coal Car Leaders. This won't get us quite to 15, but it'll get us pretty far. This is probably about 5,000 experience in all, and it's about 10,000 to the next level, so this will get us about halfway to 15. After that, we can come back up and we can do Samaflange, and there's another quest that's up there. Between those two quests and all the killing that you have to do in this area up here, I think it's likely that we'll be able to hit 15. And then we can start progressing down a little bit further through the Barrens. More quests open up the further down you go. We can definitely hit the South Sea Freebooters and all that. And the Stagnant Oasis is now relatively easy for us. One of the questions I got there was, that's a question from earlier actually. What is going to be the leveling path? Like, where am I going to go? And it's probably Valley, damn, can't type, Valley of Trials, to Mulgore, to Barrens, and then after that, usually Ashen Vale, to Stone Talon, to Desolus, to Duskwallow, to Tanaris. After that, who knows? We can definitely do Thousand Needles. We can do Feralis. I really do like Searing Gorge, even though it's kind of Alliance dominated. And then towards the end, you got Blasted Lance and Winter Spring. So you have a lot of options. There's more than enough zones to level through. Okay, what else we got? We got these to turn in here. Two green items we can't use, but we can disenchant them, so let's go ahead and do that. And we can also disenchant this compact fighting knife. There we go. We got a couple of enchanting mats. Good. Yeah, it's a much harder quest. It says it's not. It is. Mancrick. Find Mancrick's wife. Oh god. Prowler Fangs. We can definitely do that. Let's sell a bunch of stuff to this woman. We can actually probably wear these. Sad as that is. Quest item, quest item, quest item, quest item. Alright, it's better than nothing. else do we got? Coal car leaders. I think we have to come down here to turn that in, actually. Yeah, it's an interesting question too, whether they should shard WoW Classic. I definitely think that they should, for launch at least. maybe not forever, but for launch, absolutely.
For the Horde. Go forth to victory.
Damn.
For the Horde.
Okay. We should be able to do all of that. I'm gonna hearth back to Org at this point. I have nothing else to turn in. I do have a ton of quests in my log though. This will allow us to get some rested. I want to train up my Warlock talents just real quick too. We can dump this linen in the bank. I still haven't decided what I want to do with that. Be nasty. We got a male orc warlock here. He's got some fell cloth shoulders. Nice. We got robe of winter night. Looks good. Elksman made all of these. Staff of Jordan, level 35 epic, interesting. That he got that. Rod of corrosion, very nice. Pretty much need that for sure. Goblin rocket. Oh, he kinda made a character that he wanted a PvP on. Not entirely sure what we can train here, but we're gonna run down and see. We have a decent amount of money now. We have 1 gold, 55 silver, which for this level isn't terrible. It's not a good amount of money, but it's not terrible. We could be way more cash poor. This should allow us to train, at least. I would love to have a few more bag slots, but that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Get those 16 slot travelers backpacks. Let's see, slash played, 21 minutes. So yeah, we did an under 8 hour level 14. It's not terrible. We're not exactly cruising, but we're not doing too poorly. We're trying to stay goal oriented, do quests, make efficient use of our time. We're getting towards the level where we can probably do RFK, which is nice. We got rank 2 corruption, very nice. We got drain life, finally. We got health funnel, which we also needed. And we got shadow bowl. We do need curse of weakness and curse of recklessness. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a secondary bar, maybe. Shift 5 is automatically that bar, huh? Shift 6 is that bar. Alright, I need to make a bar where I can put all my curses on. We gotta bring our shadow ball down here. Now we got rank 3, which is real nice. This should be Shift E, probably. We gotta do corruption rank 2. For sure. We gotta do curse of weakness, I think, at Shift 1. And curse of recklessness at Shift 2. Then we can maybe do curse of elements at Shift 3. And curse of exhaustion or something maybe at Shift 4. We need drain life. I'm not entirely sure where to put it. Yeah, I don't think V is a terrible spot for it. T is Death Coil. I don't really have a Y slot actually yet. We could put it at Y. I'm not entirely sure where to put it. Six would probably be Siphon Life, I think. Yeah, we can put it at V. That's fine. That's fine for now. So then we'll have to put our summons for our pets somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where. Action bar 2, I'm thinking. We'll have Voidwalker, we'll have Fell Hunter, we'll have Succubus, actually. And then we'll have Fell Hunter, then we'll have Infernal, then we'll have Heldstone right here, and then we'll have Soulstone right here. So we'll have this second action bar, but we're going to need to go into key bindings and set a bind for the second action bar. Action page 2. Right, we need to do something here. Can't be any of the controls. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to think of something. There we go.